happening, everybody? I don't know if you can hear me, but I can hear you. Hey, Canute Berga, I love it. You're always the first one here, man. That's really cool. All is good. Thank you. I've been sitting here playing with my Junior today. I put a new Faber wraparound on it that I love. And then I've been adjusting the pole pieces on the pickup. Oh, thanks, man. Trying to get it to snarl a little bit more. I like my Juniors to be rude. I like my P90s to be a little bit, oh shit, he's on the edge. I think on this guitar I might actually switch back to regular nickel wrap strings. I got the pure nickel strings on now, which are a little mellower, a little sweeter, but a little darker. But I just got through spending about a half hour playing with the pole pieces on this pickup. Let me show you the Faber bridge. It's got these little tone bars on it. Little brass tone bars. And the studs are on the way. I didn't have... Hey, Spruce Creek, how are you, buddy? Yeah, P90. I'm trying to get the snarl in, right? And with P90 guitars, you can really make a difference playing with the geometry of it. But this Faber bridge, this is my third Faber bridge now that I bought. I'm not getting paid, or I'm not even getting an artist deal. I just buy them on the internet. I did the ABR1 on my ES335, which is over at Michael's right now, getting the frets loved on by him. And then I did the Nashville style on my Les Paul, which you guys heard. And then this is their wraparound. It has these little, if you can see them, let me get really close. See the little tone bars on there? They call them tone bars. That's their name. It's brass. They had brass or steel. I went with brass. Maybe should have done steel, but so far I'm loving it. Like acoustically, the guitar is just twice as loud as it was before. And you can hear it jump, right? It was not a real jumpy guitar before. It's a big solid guitar, but it wasn't like jumpy. Now it's really jumpy, and that's what I love. I'm a P90 guy. Like my first guitar was a 63 Junior. And it said Les Paul on the headstock, but it looked like an SG. You guys have seen pictures of me. But they didn't have their studs in stock. Their locking studs are really great. I had to buy them off a vendor on Reverb, and they'll be here tomorrow, I think. So these are just the custom shop studs that came with the guitar. I love the Faber stuff, man. And I'm not, like I say, I'm not getting paid to tell you this. But man, is it money well spent. And it's not very expensive. I mean, they're not cheap, but it's not crazy. You get the full pro setup, which is like the bridge and the studs and the locking and the bing on a Les Paul or a Gibson style setup. It's like $200. But if you just want to get the bridge itself, it's like $89 or something. It's German steel and German aluminum, which is higher quality than the standard Chinese stuff that everybody uses. So, man, does it show. It's really money well spent anyway. I was considering selling this guitar because I just wasn't that wild about it. I mean, I like it a lot. It's a really well-made guitar. But I'm so used to vintage Juniors, I was kind of like, man, this guitar is going to take a couple of years to break in. And anyway, so Michael DeTemple put his Mastodon ivory nut. I think it's Mammoth ivory. Sometimes it's Mammoth, sometimes it's Mastodon. I think he might jump on and tell us for sure what was on here. And then this bridge, and it's the original pickup. I thought when I got it, I was going to have to go to Ron Ellis or somebody and say, hey, make me another P90, but it's a good pickup. But these are the pure nickel strings. So I think if I just switch back over to nickel wrap strings, I get a little more of that twang and snarl out of it. Still a little bit on the bottom, but yeah, playing with the pole pieces. And I haven't made dramatic adjustments yet. I mean, like a full turn. That's all I've done. And it's really made a difference. We could do a little bit here on the show and see what you think. Spruce Creek, you're right. On a Junior, the acoustic quality of it is the most important thing because it's a simple guitar, right? Just a piece of wood. It's a 2x4 with a pickup on it. This one rings really good. I mean, it always did. Now it rings way better. The Faber, all my Gibsons that I put the Fabers on, holy moly, just night and day difference. And I had really high quality aftermarket bridges on all of them. I don't want to say names, but you know what I'm talking about. This is a big jump up. It's the next level. So if you're looking around, I can put the link up here. I should, just as a fiduciary duty here. Hold on a second. I'll put it up here for you guys to look at. Tell them I sent you. Maybe they'll give me a deal. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. I wish they made Fender parts, but they don't. Here we go. Coming at you. Anyway, so I spent a full day down in Costa Mesa on Monday, starting to work with Bad Cat and John Thompson and all that stuff. There's the link to the Faber stuff. And get a little more twang out of it. Let's try it right here live. Oh, let me turn the guitar down. Just get a little more. I got to get my meter out so I can see the output of each string, so I don't get them unbalanced. You know. I won't do that. I won't do this. Doing just like about a half turn on the E string and the A string. We'll do that on the D string as well. I think the higher strings are pretty good. All right, let's see. A little more. Getting there. Yeah, I'll play with it. I don't want to go to extremes on the show. Have you guys sit around watching me. It's getting there. It's getting there. I mean, that already sounds better than 95% of the Juniors I've ever heard. Throw a little pedal on it. Woo! Yeah. It's starting to get there. I think, yeah. I think it's a little unbalanced now. I think the low strings are too hot. But I have a meter I can put on here. It's got a little thing that shows me, and I can balance them really well. Actually, it's Miles Rose meter that does it. Yeah, let me throw them back down just a hair so I can hear the imbalance now. I don't know if you guys can hear it there, but let me turn the guitar down. Just gonna roll the pole piece down just a hair. Maybe a third of a turn, not back it completely down to what I was doing. Yeah, all right, let's see what this does. This should be a little more balanced, I think. Yeah, that's a little more balanced. Anyway, I can do it really accurately with a meter. It's getting there, isn't it? Starting to sound like a raunchy old Junior. And I consider Juniors to be a raunchy guitar. You guys hearing that static? My pedal board. It's a little meter that's kind of a scope. And I forgot who makes a little green meter, and I got a little LCD screen on it, and I see waves and spikes and stuff on there. I'll get you the name. Anyway, put the guitar in there. Just start playing one string at a time. And then, hi Samantha, how you doing? And you get where the output is balanced. And so it's kind of subjective because you're going to play the guitar differently than I do. So when you set it up, it's only going to really be accurate for the person you set it up for. Miles Rose taught me this trick like 15 years ago. Yeah, that's getting there, isn't it? Let's go up to a little more gain and see what she do. Yeah, it's getting pretty raunchy. Yeah, that's a little out of control, isn't it? I hear a little static in there. I think I might have a tube issue. Yeah, that's a tube. I can hear it. Sorry. You know what I need to do with this amp is put in good tubes. I've been, it's a prototype, and I've been using the cheapest shit Chinese tubes I can find. I've got some good JJ6L6s sitting right over there. I should do that. We can actually do that right now if you want. I don't know if that's a problem. That, to me, sounds like a preamp tube where the cathode is barfing. Can you hear that? Sounds like a little snowstorm in the background. Can you guys hear that or not? Samantha, when are you guys, Sam, when are you guys coming over again? I forgot. I've got a lot of stuff going on in August. I want to make sure I make a time for you. You know what, Spruce Creek, I'll get that meter for you. It's over at Miles's house. And it's nice. It's a little green one. It has a power supply. It's a pretty cool. Extremely useful for guitars. October, that's right. Oh, for some reason I thought it was August. All right, still trying to figure out details. And we can make it. Okay, cool. October's great. October is good. It's a good time of year to be in Los Angeles, too. It's kind of hot right now. It's not crazy hot, but it's hot. It's not hot like the South or Texas or something. We never get that hot. But... Hear that quack? That little quickie quack attack there? Yeah, the static's audible. Yeah, sorry. This is a prototype, so the inside of it looks like a rat's nest, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a tube going. I'd have to really get in there and mess with it. I mean, I have some great tubes. Oh, Bob, right. New interview with Peter in Vintage Guitar. I haven't read it yet. He sent me pictures when he did it. It's really cool. He's on the cover with Tom Hamilton. How cool is that, right? He's on the cover of Vintage Guitar magazine with Tom Hamilton of Aerosmith. You know, they have a band called Close Enemies. Oh, listen to that. It's getting worse, isn't it? That's a tube going bye-bye. Oh. Maybe we should give it a rest. Darn it, I was enjoying this because it sounded good, too. Let's turn it off. And while I'm talking to you, I'll throw some good 6L6s in there and see if that makes any difference. And I have a bunch of great preamp tubes. I can just go one by one and figure it out. But I want to let that cool off before I reach in there. It shouldn't be very hot, though. I'm running it at 20 watts. A pair of 6L6s at 20 watts. Not too bothersome. It's pretty loud in my cans. I'm glad it's not coming through there very much. Let's throw some JJ6L6s in there. And I have some cheapo Chinese ones in there now. I forget what they're called. They actually don't sound bad. I mean, but they're literally the cheapest tubes you can buy. But when you're going high current, low voltage like this, any tube sounds really good. It's probably going to be interesting. I bet at this amount of current hitting the tubes, it's not going to sound dramatically different between the cheapest 6L6s you can buy and the nicest 6L6s you can buy. So this will be a good real-time experiment. It'll show you what the high current, low voltage thing does. Really opens up. I mean, I think that's probably, I mean, it could be a few things besides a tube, but I think it's a tube. Might be a preamp tube, but this is an excuse to throw better power tubes in there anyway. But anyway, what's going on with 65? I started to talk about that, and I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. I spent the whole day down in Costa Mesa at Bad Cat, and 606. Yeah, that's right, Bob. We had a great time. I sat talking to the engineer that I'm going to work with on the collaboration amp, and we kind of agreed on what's going to be in the collaboration amp. It's based on a Little Elvis. Scotty Bratcher, yeah, Chinese a walking a woe tubes. Oh, you like it to walk in? Well, how are you, Scotty? That video of your son was hilarious, by the way. Yeah, so it was great. Hung out with the sales guy, John Thompson, the owner, and the engineer that I'm going to work with. It was really positive. Like, I had a great time. I really like these people. They're very nice. You know, when you start to do this, oh yeah, Anderton's in Guilford, right on. Everyone was raving. Yeah, they're great. Hey, Hoss, how are you, man? Hey, you guys are both here. I'm getting on pretty good, buddy. I was just talking about, went down to Costa Mesa. We're getting our joint project going. So besides the fact that we're going to do a collaboration amp, I'm actually going to make amps down there. We're going to be making 65s down there at their factory. John has the capacity, and he's generously offered me the facilities to do it. George Ludlow says, my buddy Seth Lee Jones band is sponsored by Bad Cat. If you need a test bed for a new project, he's your guy. Oh, right on. I'll do that. Anyway, John and I have been friends for a long time. John used to be one of my customers before he bought Bad Cat from James Heidrich. I think he really wanted to get in the amp business anyway, and he bought a Little Elvis from me, and that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. And he ended up going ahead and buying Bad Cat from James Heidrich. I'm not sure. This is my understanding of it. Maybe I'm not telling it 100% correctly, but that's how I know. So anyway, when John first bought Bad Cat, we talked on the phone a lot, you know. I had a little bit of experience at the time, and gave him a lot of, support, just, emotional. It's tough business. And he had some hard days and personnel issues, all this kind of stuff like we all do. Nothing unique to him. And so here we are coming full circle years later. He gets to help me, which is really nice. The other arrangement I had going with a contract manufacturer was it's just going too slow. I'm going to step in and out of the shot here because I'm going to go grab these 6L6s that are right over here. And we'll swap them out and see what happens. So anyway, I know you can hear me. I sound kind of funky right now, but so now we're having a good time. We get to do all this stuff together, and we're both really excited about it. We've been friends for a long time. Let me show you the tubes I'm going to put in there. You get a kick out of this. So these are the 6L6s I'm going to put in. All right? They're very heavily spec'd because I'm neurotic. Yeah, these are exactly the same. Current is 28, transconductance is 3940. Done on an Apex matching system. So they're they're perfectly tightly matched 6L6s. Let me pull these boogers out, see if I can get them out. Yeah, there we go. These are, I forgot what they're called now. Anyway, doesn't matter. They served me well. They're good tubes. And I see the preamp tubes. It looks like I changed some of them already. Let's see how this does. And we'll put them in here. They're going to be too tall. I don't know if I can get them in. Shit, hold on. This cabinet's the wrong cabinet. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. And if the noise is still there, then clearly it wasn't the power tubes. But we'll have fun just playing with new power tubes. This cabinet's so short I can barely get this tube in. This is the wrong cabinet for... There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens here. Make sure there's no flashbang here. So far, so good. Yeah. I have some proper mullards I can put in here. But I'm saving those for my Marshall, which should be here in a week, week and a half. Peter's still out on the road. But he's going to... I talked to him yesterday. And he's going to send the amp here. So you get to see one of my proper Marshalls. All right, fingers crossed, no explosion. Ah, the noise is still there. Let me turn the echo off here. Yeah, it's a preamp tube then. Yeah, it's not a dramatic difference, is it? Between the cheapest Chinese. That's definitely a tidier sounding tube. Yeah, it makes the amp sound a little more composed, for sure. Let's go back down here and see what's up. Feels great. Yeah, they're definitely tidier, not as sloppy as the Chinese tubes. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. Yeah, the fundamental note's a little better. Yeah, it's a tighter tube, for sure. Better or worse is subjective, I guess. I kind of like the crazy... Oh, thanks, George. That's great. It is a little more immediate. That's right, Spruce Creek. Better or worse? I don't know. I kind of like to try... So that's the thing, when you go with this high current, depends on if you're Petty or Richards. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I still hear the static. I don't know, man, that's pretty good. This definitely makes the amp sound a little more high-end. But that shows you when you're doing the high current how less crucial it is to blow money on tubes. You can really get away with... is there a difference between single coils versus humbucker? What? I'm sorry, George. You mean on the sound of this amp? Well, these are P90s. I can play you some single coils and humbuckers if you want. That sounds good, though. The more I'm hearing it, also it's kind of warming up. So when it's tidy like that, that means I can push the front end a little harder. That's completely dry. Put a little echo slap back on it. Yeah. You know, the song I've had stuck in my head. I dig the punchier side of things. Yeah. I'm with you. I could argue for both. I mean, this is really good. I like it. Got a bit more chew to it with the JJs. Yeah, you're digging the JJs better. I don't blame you. They're better tubes. One of the things I wanted to illustrate with the high current, low voltage was that, tubes are going to last forever. So if you buy a really nice set of tubes, you know what I'd really like to do with this is put a vintage set of RCAs in here and see what happens. I don't have any vintage RCA 6L6s. Right now, I have a bunch of 6V6s. Anybody want to trade some? I'll give you 4 vintage 6V6s for 2 vintage 6L6s. Anyway, stuck in my head for like 3 days now. There's 2 guitar parts right there. Never met a girl that makes me feel the way that you do. You're all right. And then the other one is... Hoss, if you were here, we'd be playing this together, right? Here I come. Was fiddly-dee. What does it say? Look out, baby. Here I come. But it's that. Get ready. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's the Temptations, I think, right? That did it, and then Rare Earth did it. But so in the Temptations version, it's just a guitar and a bass going. And then the Rare Earth version, there's 2 guitar parts. One's going. I could double track right here. That would be the great thing about the show is I can have Logic up and we can double track. Fiddly-dee, fiddly-dum. Look out, baby, because here I come. Yeah, losing you. That's right, Scotty. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's right, Sam, for sure. I don't know why. I've just got that rolling in my head now for like 2 days. Got a line on you, same parts, right? Yeah, a loop pedal would do it, wouldn't it, Bob? That's right. Never played one of those. Maybe that's a good idea, just to get this monkey out of my head. I don't know about you guys. When I get a song stuck in my head, it's stuck in my head. Yeah. playing it in B. I think the original's in D. At least the Temptations version's in D. So whether... So they sang high. Yeah, these tubes are good, aren't they? I like it down here in B. It's a little grungier, though. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right, Hoss. Great song. Hard to imagine that record's 32 years old now. Isn't that funny? Sheryl Crow's second album. It's a great thing, though. Woke up in bed this morning. Heard your voice was a warning. Yeah, this guitar's getting there, man. That song has killer sonics, right? Total snare drum porn. Jeff Trott, that's right. Actually, who's playing guitar on that record is not Trott. He co-wrote that song with Cheryl. Wendy Melvoin is playing that. Wendy Melvoin, I said it weird because my hand was on my jaw. Wendy Melvoin. Remember from Prince's Purple Rain movie, Lisa and Wendy? That's Wendy's the one that played... the beginning to Purple Rain. That's who's playing that. And I think it's a guild president through like a little old Gibson amp or something. It's a really great recording. But yeah, Cheryl wrote that with Trott. Great. Jeff's an amazing songwriter. When I go a little lower gain, it even sounds good. Yeah, this guitar is getting that little P90 snarl. I like it. Low string's still a little woolly for me. I think I'm going to switch over to the nickel wrap strings instead of the pure nickel. The high strings sound great. The low ones are just a little bit rolled off. And if I raise the pole pieces anymore, they're going to get imbalanced, right? Where the low strings are going to be louder, more up your nose. Whoops. Hoss taught me how to play that lick right. Yes, guitar's a little rude, isn't it? Hi, Pata. It's my cousin Patricia. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Well, maybe next week I'll put some proper preamp tubes in here. Preamp tubes swapping preamp tubes is a little longer process. I move them around in different positions and get it just right. Why? Because I'm neurotic. Yeah, you got it. Who guessed that? Love you too, kiddo. I think I'm coming down to see you guys on the 9th. Be down in San Diego. Sam said, I worked a version where every single band played their own version. That's funny. Everyone did, oh well. I've heard a lot of different versions of it, and they're all good. Like Tom Petty did a great version that was not very accurate, but it was really good. Yes, guitar's rude, isn't it? Amazing how much difference playing with the pole pieces makes. That's what I want. If I want a polite guitar, I'll grab something else. But yeah, still a little woolly down there. All right, I know what to do. I'll just swap the strings out. Wish I had enough room here on my desk. I'd just do it right now while we're live. There's a little bit less gain over here. Check out Zach Schultzegang. Spelling is probably wrong. He's a young lad and is incredible. His energy is nuts. All right. I like young guys with energies. Energy. Yeah, that's getting there, isn't it? It's starting to get better. Well, yeah, I think preamp tubes are the way to go now. They're pretty good. The static's still just barely there. They're pretty good tubes that are in there. Let me see if I got something here on my desk. It might be a quick swap we can do. They're really good tubes. Yeah, I don't have a lot of vintage ones. Oh yeah, there's a vintage one. Yeah, let's try this. Let's see. What do you guys think? Won't focus on it. Hot swap. That's right. I don't know if this is a good tube or not. It's in my desk. I got a lot of tubes in my desk. All right, let's do it. Let's see. I'm just going to change out one position, see what happens. If that doesn't get rid of the noise, then we'll have to move on. My best guess. Well, let's just start with V1 and see what happens. Problem is I can't see well in here right now. The tube socket's kind of in the dark. So I gotta line up the pins. Let's see if I have a flashlight here. I can use my phone, right? Let's do that. Look at me. We're playing Tubey Tube. Come on. Why did it go away? All right. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. I don't know if that's a good tube or not. I just had it in my desk and I flash when I turn it on. So we'll see what happens. Mullered in V1. If this doesn't work, we'll put the old tube back in and put the mullered in V2. and see what happens. The tube that was in there was a good tube, actually, or a good label, at least. Ah, still a little static. Man, that tube sounds good, though, doesn't it? Okay, so now we know that the original V1 was good. So I'm going to leave that Mullard in V1. I'm going to take the original V1 and put it in V2. And we'll see what happens. Yeah? You guys smell what I'm thinking? And then if that doesn't get rid of it, then I got a capacitor that's unhappy or something. What tube is this? Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Looks fine. Old long plate tube. Let's see. Let me get the pins lined up here. And there we go. Gonna be happy in there, feller? Let's see. We'll find out. Probably just take my headphones with me and listen, but it's more fun to do it this way. What a fun way to kill time. Let's see. Ah, it's still there. Okay. All right, let's do one more swap. So then we know the old V2 was good. I'm going to put that in the phase inverter and see what happens. This is 7025. And if this doesn't fix it, then we know it's not a tube. It's not a tube problem. Could be a capacitor that's unhappy. And it's a prototype, so it's not like a clean, production amp. So it could be just, messy wires. Okay, well now at least we put in a Mullard. Man, when I first played it, I was like, oh yeah, Danny like. Oh, that did it. No, it didn't. It's much reduced. Boy, that sounds good. All right. There's a little bit of that twang back. Yeah. Let's go up into the gain a little bit. That's where we're going to hear that Mullard sound better. Set up a tube cam. Okay. Man, that's composed. That's really composed. I don't know. I think most of that background noise is gone. I mean, there's P90 hum, right? I'm turning the pickup down. Yeah, it's there. I bet it's just some little silver mica bypass cap that's unhappy. Dang, that sounds good. Danny likey. Yeah, that'll work. Ripping my fingernail. Yeah, it's a little more composed, isn't it? Cause here I come. So I know Hoss Thompson can swing his ass off on the electric guitar and play rock and roll. That's the kind of song we have to swing. No, not Blackberry Smoke, but we're in the right wheelhouse. You're going to go see them in Nashville. All right. Yeah, those guys are great. Yeah, I wish I had the words. I could sing it. The best that my poor little voice can do. Anyway, I know Hoss can swing his ass off, so between the two of us, one of us going... Hoss, you're funny. If someone would have said to you 35 years ago, you'd be playing your guitar and being watched by folks all over the world, I don't think you'd be too worried about a little bit of static. No. Welcome to my brain. I mean, I could live with that. I can play a gig with it. It's fine. It's just, it's a prototype. I'm trying to get it right. I'm sorry. I'm special. Stop teasing me. You just saw Blackberry Smoke at the Fox FX Matt Brewing in Utica, New York. Wow, yeah, they're a great band, man. Some Atlanta homies. Man, that's getting in there, isn't it? That's getting right in the good. I hear something. I know what caps I want to try. And I might try a little different materials to get that one high frequency a little more where I like it. There's really two kinds of bypass caps that you use. One is silver mica, which is very bright and hi-fi sounding, and the other is ceramic disc, which is kind of warm and vintage sounding, and you mix them in certain positions to get the balance that you want. And I think a silver mica has to go in here. I think I know which one it is. Oh, I appreciate it, Hoss. I need that perspective. So the scar tissue that I have is like, I don't care about this pickup hum, and I really don't care about that floor noise on the amp. But in the modern world, people on the internet, what's the word I'm looking for? Are assholes. So you got to kind of like, you got to please them. Like, I have seen page after page after thread after thread after thread about people going on about P90 hum and single coil hum as if it's the mark of the devil. I'm like, what are you talking about? You ever listen to a Jimi Hendrix record? The best moment in the record is when he turns his guitar up and for just a second you hear, and then he kicks it in. It's not an offensive noise. Yeah, I'm digging this, so let's go super high gain and see what's up. You know, you're right, Samantha. I don't have to please anybody, but I just rather not deal with it. There's that one forum. You know which one I'm talking about. Let me set this down in the rack. Put this over here with the other Gibsons. I got to get my 335 back now, too. Yeah, there's that one forum, and you guys know who it is. I don't have to say names gear page because that'd be rude. Where it doesn't matter what you say, there's going to be somebody that wants to pick a fight with you. So if I say the sun rises in the east, someone's going to say, yeah, Spruce Creek, she's grinding now, isn't it? We're getting there, aren't we? I want to play with that pickup a little more, see what I can do. And then I'm going to throw some regular nickel wrap strings on it instead of pure nickels. I think we can get it up to the next level of indignity. Leave it, gnarly. Okay, cool, Tim. Thank you. Yeah, I can go on the gear page and say, the sun rises in the east. Some guy is going to go on, you idiot, you moron. It's not due east. It's 2.5 degrees north of that. Where are you, stupid? Yeah, I'm stupid. You have to be very careful what you say and do, and people, and me saying this now will get on the gear page, and somebody will trash me. Someone who's never met me, and they're going to insult the hell out of me. I don't really care. I'm impervious to internet bully nonsense. But anyway, getting the floor noise down. Again, this is a prototype, so a production model is going to be way cleaner and quieter than this. If you looked inside of here, I'd be ashamed. I would leave the top ones and just change out the bass strings. Yeah, that's a brand new set of strings in there because I just put that tailpiece on a couple days ago. So the studs are showing up tomorrow, I think. So when the studs come in, I'll just do another string change. I get a really good deal on strings from Ernie Boul. So they sell me strings at a really good price. And they're right here in San Luis Obispo, so it's one-day shipping. It's no big deal. I'm a big fan of Ernie Boul strings. I'm a big fan. Everybody makes really good strings. Ernie's have just been around for so long, and that's what I played when I was a kid. Like when I first started playing guitar in Columbia, Missouri, the only strings I could get, you could get the Fender strings, which are not real great. But there was GHS Boomers and Ernie Boul Slinkies, Ernie Boul Slinkies. And I just kind of always thought the Slinkies had a little more body to them. I don't know. They're all really good. But the guys at Ernie Boul, Brian Boul, Ernie's grandson, takes really good care of me, and they're really nice people. I never met Ernie, but I met Sterling Boul, Ernie's son, who ran the company for a long time. And he did all the Music Man stuff. The basses and the guitars and everything. That was Sterling Boul. And I met Sterling at the NAMM show a few times. He's a really nice gentleman. And then Brian is the same way. Yeah, Scotty, you like the 10 to 54s and 11 to 56. I'll show you what I got. I play the 10 to 46. So these are the regular Slinkies. This is like the regular strings, right? That's a pure nickel wrap. But the ones that I have on most of my guitars are this one. Well, that's not right. Hold on. That's not right. Where are they? Oh, I got the wrong box. Hold on a second. That's the same ones. Okay. Well, they're somewhere where I can't reach. I have the pure nickel. Is this it? No, it's. Yeah. Anyway. They're here somewhere. Hold on. I have some 9s here too. Might be the ones I'm looking for. You can see the 9 version. Oh, that's right. These are the, I'm sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. That's right. These are the pure nickel wraps, or the pure nickel, shit. And then there's the other one where it's different. Primo Slinkies, 9.5 to 44. Yeah, there you go. Skinny top, heavy bottoms, just because my picking hand is like a sledgehammer. Me too. I'm just playing 10 to 46s right now. So I need the regular strings. Where are they? I have strings all over the place here. The guys at Ernie Ball take really good care of me. So when those studs come in, boy, I got off track there, didn't I? When the studs come in, it's either tomorrow or Saturday, I'll swap them out and put on the regular strings, not the pure nickels. That's what I'm misspeaking, aren't I? These are the pure nickel wraps that are on there instead of the regular wraps. So anyway, I'm tired, man. I'm messing it up. I didn't get any sleep last night. Went out to the Griffith Park Observatory last night with a good friend of ours. You probably heard about this guy, Tony Daniel. He was a colonel down here at Los Alamitos. It was a customer of ours. He went to Iraq a whole bunch. A great guitar player. Kind of a hippie, actually, but he was in the Army for 27 years, I believe. He became a colonel. Hey, Mike Bledsoe, how are you, buddy? You knew what we meant. Thank you for being forgiving and charitable to me, Haas. Tony developed some first-person 3D virtual reality software down at Los Alamitos, where soldiers could go into digitized footage of Fallujah, Iraq, and avoid getting blown up by IEDs. And it wasn't a guess. This was actually digitized footage of real things that happened. So we went down there. Peter and I used to go down there and hang out with the kids that were unfortunately kind of blown up. So what Tony did that was really cool was the only VA hospital that did super trauma on the West Coast was in UCLA, which is in Westwood, part of Los Angeles, which is super expensive. So most of these guys could not afford to stay there and get the treatment. So Tony was putting Colonel Daniel, I call him Tony, but Colonel Daniel was putting them all up down at the Los Alamitos Army base and then shuttling them up for healthcare up to UCLA. That's the coolest crap ever. He was saving lives. He wasn't trying to save lives. He was saving lives. And so Peter and I used to go down there and visit with the kids, play a little guitar for them, talk to them. They didn't care about meeting me. They cared about meeting Peter, of course. But anyway, Tony retired out to the beach in South Carolina, in Charleston, where he's from. And he came back out here to LA to visit friends. So Tony's wife and my wife and us, we went to the Griffith Park Observatory last night and watched the sunset up there on the side of the mountain. And it was really nice. And then the cafeteria was just about out of food. And so all they had left was the Vietnamese banh mi, the tofu, marinated tofu wrap with those really silly hot peppers in them. Tasted great. I loved it. It was really good. I don't mind eating vegetarian or vegan. I'm a carnivore, but it doesn't bother me to eat something different. And man, it did not like my body. I was up a lot last night doing the Valley Village cleanse. So I'm a little sleepy, a little slow. That was too much information, wasn't it? That's because I'm tired. Anyway, so we had a lot of fun today, guys. We played Tubi Swappy Swap. And we messed around with my P90. I think this guitar is going to get right, especially Phil. You know how I am about juniors. I still like to get that one junior back. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You got it, Hoss. I was losing weight last night, all night, which didn't lead to a lot of sleep. The food was really good, though. I'm really disappointed that it didn't agree with me. But I'm 60 years old, almost 61 here in a few weeks. Things often taste really great here, but not here. Basil, great question. Do speaker cables make a tone difference? Not much. They do. The real question, yeah, us too, Spruce Creek. These kids, they were kids, like 19, 20 years old with one arm and a patch over their eye. And it was just absolutely heartbreaking. You couldn't help but love them and want to do everything you could for them. And Tony did that. Colonel Daniel did that. Anyway, Basil, to answer your question directly, you should try a few and see what you think. I personally don't think there's value in getting the $150 speaker cables. There is a point when a cable can be too accurate, can be too full frequency, and it makes your guitar sound a little sterile. There's a capacitance in cables that adds to the tone of the guitar, which is like Hendrix always played curly chords, because a 25-foot curly chord is actually like 60 feet long, right? And there's capacitance in there, and it changed the mid-range content of his guitar. That's a guitar cable. Speaker cables are usually 3 feet, right? 6 feet. So it's just not going to make that much difference. Now, the absolute dirt poo-poo cables, you know, the house brand at Guitar Center, are still pretty good. They don't really sound much different than a $100 cable from a boutique manufacturer. The one thing that I do like to spend money on is cables that are rugged. Like this is a Colossal cable that I believe is 18 years old. Yeah, Brian Mendes made these when he owned Colossal, and they sound great. I mean, they're really good sounding guitar cables. As far as speaker cables go, I don't know. Is there something you're looking for, Basil, that you think would make a difference? Anyway, I wouldn't go crazy. You know, there are obviously higher quality cables around than others, but I haven't seen a huge, like I've got this one here. Who makes it? I don't know who does. And let me get it out. You can see it. It has a very rugged end on it. Can't see who the manufacturer is. REAN, Rian. But that's a very rugged. It's kind of not that much room here, but this is what's going into my cabinet when I run through my power station and play live. Very rugged cable. I have played extensively with cables, and yeah, I got you, Basil. Just got a little gas. What's worth trying? I just wouldn't recommend going crazy. You know, if you've got a normal cable, the only one I don't really get along with is Monster. And I know they're a huge name, but for me, Monster cables always change the sound. They're really well made. I mean, they're really super materials and everything. So, but yeah, I go on, go around Google. Let's see. 1 year at NAMM, Phil says, I saw a shootout between a high-end prototype versus an expensive one. Prototype, everybody went gaga. It turned to be coat hangers. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like the live wires or whatever, the house brand at Guitar Center, they're good. It's just not that much difference. There's a guy that I know in our business who now runs a guitar company, but he used to run a cable company. I won't say which one, before he got into guitar business. He told me there's no difference. He said they all buy their materials and their raw wire from the same place. Mike Bledsoe says, I have a Spectra cable that's 30 years old, still works. Paid $25. That was an expensive cable 30 years ago, too. That's back when you could get a good cable for $9.99. So, yeah, I mean, I go above the bargain basement stuff, but side by side, I just don't hear a huge difference. And then often the difference that I hear, I can't tell you if it's better or worse. It's just different. Sometimes cheap cables sound good because they bring out the mid-range and they have that capacitance. So, the Hendrix guys are always buying curly chords because they're looking for that extra little thing, even though they're playing a regular Strat. The key to the Hendrix thing is you have to have the treble pickup route backwards. Instead of it being like this, it has to be like that, right? And then your pickups have to have reverse stagger magnets. Then you're getting there. First and foremost, you have to be Jimi Hendrix. You have to be able to play guitar like Jimi Hendrix. So that's a tough one. That's really tough. I vote 0 difference for 3 to 6 foot speaker cables. Yeah, I'd kind of be with you on that, Mike. You know, the one thing you could do is measure their impedance. You know, some cheaper cables like the ends are really what matter. If the soldering is kind of messy or sloppy, it'll be a higher impedance. But you're talking about fractions. It's not like, you know, not game changing. Does that make sense? But the best way to do it is just go buy a few. See what you think. Return the ones you don't like. If you have a good music store close to you, just buy 3 different cables and tell them what you're going to do. They won't care. And you can check them out in an hour and then take them back. Or maybe even do it in the store. If the store's quiet enough. You don't even have to buy them. Go play a few of them in the store. I used to manage a music store. If it was dead, I don't care. Do whatever you want. Because you can still plug it in without messing up the packaging, you know, if the amp's right on top of the cabinet. So, Ernie Boul was voted best all-around affordable cable for 20. Yeah, you know what? That's what's leading into my pedal board. This is an Ernie Boul cable. That's what I'm plugging into. Yeah, Ernie Boul. Right there. I've had this for 3 or 4 years. I think it sounds great. Good as anything. I didn't pay much for it. It's 90 degrees on one end down there at my pedal board. Let me make sure. I don't have my glasses on. I can't read close. Yeah, there you go. Great cable. I got orange just because it's weird. I'm very happy with my Ernie Boul cable. And I like doing business with the Bouls. They're nice people. That's not always common in our business, to be diplomatic. There's a lot of really nice people in our business, and there's a lot of people who are not. The Boul family are all really super nice. Very professional, very kind. So Michael DeTemple, who you hear me talking about a lot here, he started working for Ernie Boul right here on Ventura Boulevard. If I'm pointing at Ventura Boulevard, it's like I live right by Riverside Drive, and then there's Moore Park, and then there's Ventura Boulevard, right? 3 lights. Michael DeTemple started working for Ernie Boul at his store on Ventura Boulevard in 1960. I think he was 14 years old or something. He was very young. Anyway, and then Ernie, of course, went on to build the string empire and then branch out into other things. But Ernie was the first guy to sell individual strings. So before, if you broke an E string, you had to go buy a whole new set of strings. Ernie, being a guitar player, realized, why don't I just sell E strings? Isn't that crazy to think, you know, back then no one ever did that? And what an obvious idea, right? And Sterling, his son, super nice guy, grew the company even more. Now Brian is running it, his grandson. So if you want to spend money, I suggest spending it with the Boul family. They're really nice. I need to run here, looking at the clock. The other thing I wanted to remind you guys is if you haven't gone to Lance Lerman's GoFundMe page, let me put that back up here. I would highly recommend just dropping him $10, $20. If you're feeling generous, more, of course. Or if you're in the market for a guitar, buy an LSL guitar. They're really nice. I think their business is picking up. Here is the GoFundMe page for LSL because they're fighting Fender, you know, on this big dumb silliness that's going on. I think it's going to turn out just fine. But anyway, honestly, you can give anything on a GoFundMe page. I think you can give $1 if you want to. So take my word for it. Amongst our community, these are the good guys. These are the good people. These are the good people that could really benefit from a little bit of help, and it's money really well spent. If you're feeling flush, go order a guitar. His Telecasters and his Strats are great. They're really good guitars. Chris Fleming helps him with them. The pickups are awesome. The finish is awesome. They play wonderfully. They feel as good or better than a custom shop Strat. And I like custom shop Strats. I have one. But anyway, that's my final note. Did you ever meet Eddie Van Halen? I did. When I went to Musicians Institute in 1986 and 87. Oh, thanks, Phil. I wish I could see yours. We need to get you on here on the split screen. All right, I'll tell the Eddie Van Halen story. And the green Strat is the product of that. So when I went to Musicians Institute in, hey, Tim, thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it. Peace to you too, brother. I went to Musicians Institute in 1986 and 1987, the infamous GIT, right? This is back when the original version, when Howard Roberts ran it, before a Japanese company bought it. It's quite a place. I wish I could go back in time and get more out of it than I did. I was kind of goofing off being a kid. But anyway, Eddie Van Halen came and did a seminar at school, and it was great because he's like had a cigarette in his mouth and a Michelob between his knees, and he's just playing his ass off, right? And we all were just like, you know. And so you could sign up to sit in a little room and discuss things with Eddie Van Halen. There was only one rule: don't ask him to play guitar. You can talk about the music business, how to get a record deal, how to promote yourself. You know, maybe he'd give you some tips on your look, you know, all that kind of stuff. But the idea was he'd been playing already, little tiny practice rooms where you sat in there. There'd be 6 guys and him. Don't ask him to play. So at one point, one of the guys in my group, I didn't really interact. I was too starstruck at the time because I was only 21 years old. I was like, you're special. But there was one guy there, of course, going, hey, man, play Eruption, man, play Eruption. And he just ignored it for a while. And he went, okay, here, give me your guitar. And it was a Japanese Stratocaster issue like my green one, the 62 reissue. That guitar didn't start out as green. It was Olympic white, but I'll tell you that story later. And you guys, older guys know what this is. There was a Kalamazoo Model 2 in there, which is a single-ended EL84 amp that has a volume knob and a tone knob, and that's it, and a 10-inch speaker. And a little tiny thing, and the cabinet was made out of particle board. It wasn't even solid wood. It was a piece of shit. But if you cranked it up really loud, it got really cool distortion. So it had a curly cord hanging out of it. He took the dude's, I remember it was a red 62 reissue Japanese Stratocaster, which at the time we thought were the worst guitars on earth, right? And derogatory term was, you got a scholarship to UGA, much better. But at the time, we made fun of it. We called them Japacasters. Turns out they're really good guitars. They're made in the Yoshino factory. I have one. But it's not relevant. I didn't go get it after this incident, but I ended up buying one later that year. So anyway, Ed picked up this thing, plugged it into this Kalamazoo Model 2, and it sounded just like Eddie Van Halen. It was just amazing. He's doing the stuff, and no echo, no verb, nothing. And it sounded killer. And I think I was the only one in the room that didn't go, oh, it's the guy. I mean, I'm sorry, I said it backwards. I was the only one in the room that went, I get it now. It's the person. It's not the equipment. You can't buy someone's tone. Anyway, but I think everyone else went down to Guitar Center and bought these guitars. They were $199 on sale back then. It's a long time ago. It's 1986, right? 40 years ago. You can buy a brand new kick-ass Strat for $5.99. You can get $4.99 if you paid cash. So anyway, oh yeah, I'd love to hear that, Phil. So anyway, a lot of guys went and bought those guitars because they thought that's how I can sound like Eddie Van Halen. Whoops. But I ended up buying one later just because there was a sale, and they're good guitars. And it's that green Strat that I have over here. It's 1986 or 87 model. And the reason it's green, it was originally Olympic white. And I bought a re-ranch kit to age it and make it look more vintage and worn in. There was a catch, though. The re-ranch kit only worked on nitrocellulose finish. This is poly. So when I sprayed it on there, the whole thing just turned green and brown. So now I have this Kermit the Frog green Strat. I love it. It's very unique. But that guitar has been so modified. I got Ron Ellis's pickups in there. It's got a Super V bridge on it and locking tuners, like the whole thing. It's a nice guitar. Frets are about gone on it, though. I don't know if I want to sink a few $100 into it to get it refretted or not. But I can rob all that hardware and put it on a body, just buy a really nice body and put it on there, which I might do. I might make me a nice Sunburst Strat. Anyway, that's my story. I did meet Ed Van Halen. He was very friendly. I'll be honest, he was pretty fucked up when we were together. He was drinking. He brought in Michelob's and was smoking cigarettes like crazy. And I think he was probably stoned. Everybody was. It was 1986. Not a big deal. I'm not saying that as a derogatory thing. But point being, I didn't really sit down and have a lot of substantive conversation with him. I just kind of sat there in awe going, "You're Eddie Van Halen. Holy shit." I was a little kid from Columbia, Missouri who was 21 years old. I was in over my head for sure. Anyway, that's my story. I do got to run. I had fun today with you guys. We played Tube Swappy Swap. I'm going to continue working on this Junior. Maybe we'll go through it again next week. And we can play with the pole pieces on the pickup a little more. See what we can get out of it. No, so the pickups that are in my one, those are I have his 57s in there, and I'm going to swap those because I have his 64s in my white Strat that you guys all know really well. Leave me alone, these people. I have a 64 set, and I'm making another Strat, a Sunburst Strat I just mentioned, and I should pick up the body maybe tomorrow. And Lance Lerman's helping paint it. So, and it's Louisiana Swamp Ash. And I have the neck over here that I got from Music Craft, and these guys supply the necks for all the high-end boutique builders. So I got an unfinished neck, and I'm doing an oil finish on it. I've been doing it by hand. And then so what I'm going to do is take the 64s and put it in this new guitar that I'm making. I'm going to take the 57s out of this green Strat and put it in the white 60 Relic. So it's closer, 57 to 60, right? And then I still have my Jason Lawler set. I'm going to put them in the green Strat. So it's like fun swappy. And you can come with me on that journey if you like. Anyway, I got to go, fellas. Sorry to be short. Nice talking to you today. Great comments, great questions, good feedback. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback, especially Haas. You're very straightforward and honest with me. I really like that. I'm from the middle of the country, and those are my people that talk like that. But I do got to run. I am wiping out. But I got to get some lunch, and I got to get busy. I'm getting my hair cut today. Oh, my God. So I won't look like this. Oh, and by the way, Seth is a killer luthier as well if you need a build. All right, cool, George. Thank you. Right on. I appreciate that. You have a good day too, sir. Anyway, great talking to you fellas. We'll do some more next week. I'm going to go down. I don't think I'm going to Costa Mesa next week. They've got to finish some stuff, but the week after next, we're digging in. We're starting to build. And who knows? I might have prototypes to share with you here in a little while, in a month or something. That would be fun, yes? I think so. Anyway, I got to fly. Love you guys. Thanks for spending your time with me, and I'll see you next week. All right, take care.